YouTube, it's your boy Titus J Wavy back with another video. And in this video, I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna also give y'all the experience that I had when I found out that I was gonna be a father. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one.
Come on, boy. Come on, TJ. There you go.
Y'all already know what's about to happen, man. I always shout out the family first before I start the video. Shout out to the Titus J Wavy family, man. What's going on with y'all? And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you at it, hit that like button as well. And also, if you want to catch my videos, vlogs, whatever, as soon as they drop, go ahead and hit that bell. Hit that notification bell for me one time. It's greatly appreciated. Alrighty, so let's get into the nitty gritty of the video, man. First off, I'm gonna let y'all know, I always wanted to be a father. I always wanted to be a great father, man, always. Just always been like, man, if I have a son, man, it's on, boy, it's on. I'm gonna teach him everything, you know what I'm saying? Boy, he gonna be with me. Like, that's the type of mentality I always had, you know. And 3 years ago, hey, it happened. It happened. Basically, how I found out was my wife at the time. You know, I had just got home from work. I think I was tired, but she had sent me a message and was like, when you get home, we got something to talk about. So, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, man, what I do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, first thing I said is like, where my phone at? Like, I got my phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man, like, what's going on? So, the whole night I'm working, I'm like, man, what the hell I done did? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, I ain't did nothing. I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? I get home, she like, I'm upstairs, so I run upstairs real quick, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? She like, sit down, we gotta talk. And I seen this envelope on the bed. I seen this envelope, and she was like, open it. And there was 2 pictures in there. And you know the pictures. You know the pictures of the pregnancy pictures. And it was in there, and it's like a little bitty speck in there, a little bitty speck. And there was a baby in there. And I was excited. I was excited. I was excited, boy. I was excited. I was excited. Like, I couldn't even control myself. I don't know if I yelled or what, but I just knew I just was hugging her and kissing her, and I was just like, like I was just geeked. I was geeked up off of it. After that, you know what I'm saying, like, I had went downstairs, and I'm telling you, I went from like ecstatic to like, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, turned to like, oh, like, what am I about to do? Like, I just had that moment where it was just like fear, like, oh my God, like, she's really pregnant. Like, it was like that moment where I was just like, ah, man, like, what I'm about to do? I don't want to be a bad dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that moment. All them questions just hit me all at once. I was just so, like, I was a nervous wreck. Like, all in one. I was happy, but nervous and scared and all that all in one. It was just a mixture of just like a gumbo of just all kind of emotions. But at the same time, I was just so happy that I was gonna be a father. Of course, I didn't know what it was, you know, whether I was gonna have a boy or girl. It was too early to tell. And it was the best feeling in the world at that time, man, you know, and you know, you try to keep it on the low for a second, you know what I'm saying, because you want to make sure everything goes well and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I already knew I was about to be a dad. I already knew sooner or later it was gonna catch up. I was in there shooting the club up like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Man, I was in there. You know what I'm saying? Every chance I got, I just said, forget it. So when she told me, I knew, but I didn't know. But at the same time, I know what I did. I was acting a fool in there. I was acting a fool in the club, man. Acting a fool in there, man. Shooting the club up like that. So over time, you know what I'm saying, you go through the months and all that stuff. You go through the months, you know, stomach getting bigger and all that type of stuff, dealing with her hormones. I gotta say, it actually was a great experience. Like, she didn't give me no problems for real. Like, she wasn't really emotional or nothing like that. It was just her cravings was crazy. It was like every day I would go to work, she would always be like, give me some ice. Stop and get me some ice. And it had to be a certain kind of ice. It couldn't be the little you know, block. It had to be the little White Castle Thornton's ice. You know what I'm saying? That ice, like she was just going crazy over that, and she always wanted steak for dinner. Steak for dinner. I'm like, no, lady, do you not understand how expensive steak is? You know what I'm saying? We eating this, man. And that's why my son probably so big as he is. My son, I have he's big. Like, he's not your normal toddler. Like, he's huge. You know what I'm saying? Already like 50-something pounds. It's huge. We're starting to tighten up on everything, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I got a baby on the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting my job know, letting everybody know. Like, I need all the hours. I don't care what it is. I need all the hours. I got a baby on the way. I got to do my thing. That was the mentality I had. And I felt like I did a great job at that moment because I was just working constantly. Working. Months went by. And of course, you finally get to find out what you're having. Now, before I found out, I was praying to God. I was pleading with God. I was like, please, God, give me a boy. Please give me a boy first. Give me a little boy first, so that way when you give me my daughter in the future, my son will be able to protect my daughter. Please, God, give me a son first. Give me a son. I was pleading. So when we found out I was having a boy, I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually, you know what I'm saying, I had to pull my pants up on that one. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I did. You know what I did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I did. Look at my eyes. Roll them. You feel me? Like, you know what I did. You know what I'm saying? I was just so geeked. You know, my family was ecstatic. Like, oh, we got a little king on the way. And then, of course, y'all already know what I was going to name him. I had to name him after me. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. And when he get older, just like I told him in the tradition, you know what I'm saying? The tradition is we're going to keep the Titus name alive. When he have his son going to be Titus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just something in me, man. I just want that name to live on. Because, of course, it's my name. It's his name. So, that's the way we're going to rock. We're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit more for the sake of the video. And bam, I just remembered. I was at work. I remember she was like, I'm going to the doctor because she had to go to a checkup that morning. And I think I had to be at work a little bit earlier that whatever. So she called me. She was like, I'm on my way to go see the doctor, make sure everything's great, everything's cool. She get to the doctor, her water broke. She calling me, and my father-in-law at the time was like, you know, I'm taking her to the hospital right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm at work. I done forgot what I was supposed to do, everything. I just took the phone call and just bolted out the door and like just left. Didn't clock out, nothing. I just bounced. I was like, man, my son on the way. I'm yelling, talking on the phone, and I'm running. Man, I get in the car. I'm talking about I'm doing like 85, 90 down there. I ain't care. The police would have gave me the ticket, man. They would have had to catch me at the hospital. I wasn't going. So I'm excited, man. I'm calling everybody. I'm like, hey, you know, Pops, meet me at the hospital, man. He on the way. Her water broke and all this type of stuff. So we get to the hospital. And they basically tried to say that, like, it was like seeping out, but at the same time, I'm like, if it's seeping out, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, do something about this, you know what I'm saying? So we had to wait a little bit. Then finally, like, kind of like a little bit, like later on that night, they gave us a room, all that type stuff, and everybody was coming in there, and then they was trying to figure out, like, you know, do she want medicine? Do she want to go all the way through with it? And I'm talking about she was in pain, man. Like, she was in pain. Like, the strength of a woman, man, like, I can't do nothing but respect any woman that has had a child, like, because just me sitting there and watching the process from when, you know what I'm saying, they get all these IVs and all this type of stuff going on, and the pain there, because at first she was trying to be a soldier and not get the medicine and all that stuff, but when she started feeling that pain, and man, she just couldn't take it, and asked the doctor, was like, give me the medicine, you know what I'm saying? So she took the medicine, but medicine was supposed to make it better, but it delayed the labor because she had so much of it that it put her to sleep. So man, we all sitting there, we waiting on my son to come through. She knocked out. She resting. She napping. So, I'm like, go ahead, all right, it's all good. Do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Relax. Then she wake up, you know what I'm saying? They give her the little ball so she could bounce around and try to, get my son to come on up out of there. And then I just remember she had this look on her face. And it was just like that look where she was just like, yes, like, he's coming. You know what I'm saying? So the doc like, lay down, everybody get ready, lay down, no, this type of stuff, man. I just remember the doctor looking and he was just like, I seen him. And at that moment, I can't really, like, it was like a moment where, like the angels and stuff just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, just standing there holding her hand. And then, like, I seen like a little bit of his head, like poking through. And I was just like, oh my God, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's about to be here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there and they like push. And mind you, I'm so like out of it to where like I'm just like, oh my God, I'm about to be a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I am about to be a dad. So when he came through, his head popped through. Bang! And I heard that. I said, oh yeah. Oh yeah, my boy is here. My boy is here. He pop up out of there screaming like a little tiger, man. Bang! Going nuts, going crazy. They get him. You know what I'm saying? He all covered up and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they wrap him all up. And he hollering, just a hollering. Then they give him to, my wife at the time, and they land there. And then it's just that moment where you just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, then she like, you want to hold him? And I'm like, you fucking right, I want to hold him. You know what I'm saying? You right, I want to hold my son. So I hold him. I didn't cry, y'all. I did not cry. But it was a moment where I didn't have to use my words. It was more of like, I was letting him know that I'm here and I'm going to protect you no matter what. I'm your father. But I didn't say it with my words. I just said it with, you know what I'm saying, like just looking and just admiring, God's gift. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, that let me know that God was real. You know what I'm saying? It was like the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. I don't care. I done had some movies in my life, but that experience of me becoming a father and actually holding him for the first time. Of course, you know what I'm saying, I was always the one leaning on the belly and talking and, hey, what's going on, man? But to hold him for the first time, and man, it was just a great feeling, man. It was a great feeling. Everybody walking up, my dad, he like, yeah, he up there hype, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody hype, my wife, she's sitting there just drained. My wife at the time was drained. She was done. She was just like, whatever, y'all do whatever. And I'm just walking around with him, you know what I'm saying, taking pictures and all that, man. It was the greatest thing ever, man. And man, just thinking about it, man, it just gives me like a warm feeling inside, man. I love my son. I love my son so much, man. And to fast forward, he's 3 years old now. And he's bad. He's a big ball of energy, y'all. I need help with him. I need help, man. I need help. He's a big ball of energy, man. My son is, man, he's still the greatest thing to me, man. I love him to death, you know what I'm saying? And any father out there tell you, man, it's a wonderful feeling, man, to, you know what I'm saying, to go to work or do the things that you do. Like, even when I log off of here, after this video, and I go upstairs and I see him, you know what I'm saying, it's a great feeling to have. You get off work and you hit the door. As soon as you hit the door, they coming. They running up to you, arms all out. They running. And it's like, man, everything I was mad about is gone. Another thing, man, I want to make sure I stress in this video is like, if you do have kids, if you're a male, especially a black male, take care of your kids, man. Take care of your kids. It's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a good look, man. It's a good look. Everywhere I go, I got my son, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a level of respect that you get. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying just be a father just off of that, but be a father because that's what you're supposed to do. It's your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. You know what I'm saying? Love your kid. Take care of your kid. Provide for your kid. that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to share a little experience of when I found out I was gonna be a dad, man, and a little bit of the experience, you know what I'm saying, man. I just wanted to talk a little bit, you know, talk to the family and catch up a little bit, man. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I am someone's father. My life matters. You feel me? You see the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. I got more videos on the way. I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot more story times, you know what I'm saying? Life experience, stuff like that, man. Like, of course, you would think like I'm gonna stick with the waves and all that stuff like that, but I don't want to be put in a box, man. I'm more than just a waver. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person. I'm just like you. I go to work. I got problems. You know what I'm saying? I have good days. I have bad days. I'm just like you. I just don't want to be put in a box where it's just, oh, you just talk about it just waving. Like, nah, man. I want y'all to get to know me too. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to get to know me. Grow with me. You know what I'm saying? But stay tuned. I got more videos on the way, man. I'm out of here.
Got your T-bar? I love you, son. I love you. Give me a kiss. No? Can I get a kiss? Get a kiss. Thank you. What are you running to?